This video series is sponsored by my light novel series 2112. Click on the link in the description to order your copy today.
You ready to get started? Yeah, same as before? Sure. First 3 episodes only. What's wrong? It's nothing. Just trying to remember why we agreed to this in the first place. Let's focus on what we're doing. Uh, sure. Let's go for it. Wonderful. Let's discuss the plot of the first 3 episodes. Here we go. Much like the first episode of the first Gundam anime, we open with a shot of space. Only this time, it's a first person perspective of a pilot operating their mobile suit. Already, the audience is given an impression that this Gundam anime is a different beast entirely. You know all that just by this scene alone. Let's flash back to the first Gundam episode. You remember what the interior of the Gundam cockpit looked like. Yeah, it was just 3 large screens and an advanced chair that Amuro uses to pilot the Gundam. Well, the advanced chair remains mostly the same, but instead of 3 big screens, the cockpit interior possesses a panoramic monitor, providing the pilot a 360-degree view of their external environment. Oh, that's neat. Something to note. If you're watching the anime in the English language audio, you wouldn't know exactly who the pilot you're seeing on screen is. In the original Japanese language audio, the pilot in the scene is voiced by Shuichi Ikeda. Char, this time operating under the alias of Quattro Bagina. Okay, who comes up with these names? What do you think? That explains everything, and it just makes it more annoying. Moving on, Quattro, alongside 2 other soldiers, is test piloting a mobile suit called a Rick Diaz, a mass production mobile suit to be used by one of the political factions of the series. Let me guess, one of the mobile suits in the scene is colored red. Yet another indication of returning character. The next scene then features a martial arts lesson currently going underway, with one of the students actively announcing his intention to not participate in today's lesson. Our main character, I presume. You presume correctly. The captain of the martial arts class reprimands Camille for skipping out of class, but he manages to get away all the same. Fa finds him and goes along with Camille to the Space Dog. During the time he gets to Space Dog, we get some insight into Camille's character. Much like Amuro, he's into his own personal interests, ready to dismiss everything and everyone around him. Watching this episode today, one might find autistic-like tendencies within his more subtler actions. One more thing to note, Camille's new type abilities are hinted at first, as new types are able to sense each other, even from far distances. I'd ask why Tomita felt the need to add people with
useless ass psychic powers!
but we already know that. Anyways, one thing I forgot to mention, Camille is also self-conscious about himself as he asks Fa not to call him by his name, which is amplified when both make it to Space Dock. Camille stands disappointed when he fails to meet with Bright Noah, former captain of White Base during the One-Year War, conflict of the first Gundam anime. Wanted a fanboy around a war hero. More or less. As Camille searches all over Space Dock, he encounters a group of black-clothed military officers called the Titans, the primary antagonists of the anime, who are assigned by the Earth Federation to eliminate any remaining Zeon opposition. So they take over the role Zeon used to occupy? Mild spoilers. Yes and no. What you talking about? Moving on. Camille's self-consciousness about his name comes back to haunt him when one of the Titan officers, Jared, oh boy, makes fun of Camille's name, to which our protagonist overheard via his
Useless ass psychic powers!
and proceeds to fight him over the insult. He initially held his own before the authorities pin Camille down to the floor and arrest him, but not before allowing Jared to get a hit on him before hauling Camille to jail. Typical. Just absolutely typical. To be precise, the authorities are military police, but I agree nonetheless. Back in space, Lieutenant Quattro enters the Green Noah colony in a visual callback to the first episode of the first Gundam anime, with some differences to make it clear that this anime is not retreading familiar ground. Lieutenant Quattro eventually makes it inside the colony, discovering mobile suits belonging to the Titans before being chased by one. Eventually, his presence was discovered, but successfully leave, gaining vital intelligence in the process. Well, what do you know? A photo safari that actually worked out for him. Back within the colony, Camille is interrogated for his actions against Jared. The interrogator accuses Camille of being a collaborator for the AEUG, or the Anti-Earth Union Group, the political faction we spoke about earlier. Hold on. What do you mean anti-Earth? Remember when we talked about the line between good and evil in Gundam? I remember. As a matter of fact, I admit there are no clear good guys and bad guys in the first Gundam anime, but why would the Earth Federation allow the Titans to operate like this? This is the reason why a lot of mecha anime fans hold Zeta Gundam in high regard. Tomino held strong anti-war sentiments and made it a point in educating the audience on which kind of ideologies ignite the most bloodshed. I say that's a little on the nose, but then again. Moving on. During the interrogation scene, we get a little more insight into Camille's life story while learning about the AEUG, or AU. Moments later, a lawyer that knew his mother arranges for his release, only for the Titans to try to arrest Camille again when the interrogator accuses him of insulting him. Well, that's just the pot calling the kettle black. Luckily for Camille, the building starts crumbling down, giving him the opportunity to escape from Titan custody. The cause was a Titan mobile suit, a Gundam Mark II to be precise, crashed onto the building in question. His mother, Hilda Bedan, spots her son, but Camille ignores her when he finds out it was Jared that crashed the mobile suit onto the building. Ah, sweet baby black Jesus, not that jerk again. Get used to it. You'd be surprised to learn that a lot of the tragedies that move the plot in the anime forward are really his fault. Camille then realizes how much of a destructive force the Titans truly are as he manages to make his escape. Back out in space, Lieutenant Quattro reunites with his comrades, Lieutenants Roberto and Opoli, to compare their respective discoveries about Green Noah before sending out a flare to signal their ship, the Argama, to open fire on the colony. Wow, feels so familiar yet decidedly different at the same time.